Hey, everyone. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 9 of Carvers and Creators, a weekly demonstration and discussion with pumpkin carvers, sculptors, and multi-talented artists from around the world. First, we ask that you give us a like and a follow on the platform you're watching us on. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from and if you have any questions for the carvers and our special guests. Let's meet the carvers. Let's do it.
Why not?
First, he's an artist and sculptor from Boston, Massachusetts. He is a judge on Season 3 of Outrageous Pumpkins, starting on October 2nd on the Food Network. It's Paul Dever. Welcome.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
I got my DVR set, Paul. We are ready.
You do?
Yeah, I'm all ready. I'm going to watch it anyway, but I'm going to keep it.
Oh, like a little keepsake, a little memento, if you will.
A little something. Yeah.
Next, he's a multimedia sculpture artist from Tucson, Arizona, and a finalist on Halloween Wars 2019 on the Food Network. It's Matt Harper. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome. Happy Thursday.
Yeah.
All that.
Our guest tonight is a specialty costumer, illustrator, concept artist, product designer, and 3D modeler for film and television. Please welcome the mega talented Shane Stover. Welcome.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Amazing.
My name is Michael Mondragon. I'll be running the show, moderating comments, and chiming in from time to time.
Whoa.
So we have thank you very much. Ooh. We have two events coming up in October that we'd like to remind you about. Our very first one is the GPCC 2022. Who wants to speak more about this?
Paul, go ahead.
Well, it's the GPCC of 2021, but only a year forward.
Gotcha.
So it's the great pumpkin carving contest. We've teamed up with Brandy Davis to bring this to you guys. We want everybody getting in on this early. Last year we had 2 weeks to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And this week we're on top of things. So starting October 1st, you can start hashtagging your carvings with the GPCC 2022 and a couple other caveats. Read the rules when we put up the rules for it. And start getting your entries in now. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Right on.
Absolutely. Win fabulous prizes. We won't go into too much detail, but you'll be pretty damn happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the entries. Yeah.
Me too. That's going to be they look so good last year. I can't wait to see what happens this year.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have this coming up on October 21st through 23rd. Matt, tell us more about this.
So our pal Ray invited Paul and I out to go do some carving and have some fun at this insane, we'll call it a mining town, ghost town. It's all right here, but it's going to be a pretty amazing event for 3 days. And get your tickets now because it's pretty limited, but I certainly wanted to mention it again because it's going to be an amazing event.
Yeah. So if you want to learn more about this, watch last week's episode with Ray Villafane, which was a very fun episode. And you'll learn. Actually, Ray talks an hour and a half about this event. He is super passionate about this. So definitely check that one out. That was a very fun episode.
Yeah, his passion comes through too. Like he's constantly building onto this too. And I know he says it's going to be very boutique style. Like he wants it very limited in the run, but I got a feeling it's going to blow up.
I have a feeling he's going to overdo it, and it's going to be worth it to go out there. So definitely. And hey, you'll see Matt and Paul out there.
Yeah, I'll be the guy sweating profusely because it's going to be. I'm not used to the West Coast heat.
October, it'll be nice and cool. Under 90 by then.
Yeah, exactly.
Luke says, "Do I have to win this again or no?" Well, you can enter again. Doesn't mean you're going to win. I like your spirit and your gusto. Let's see what you got.
Your gumption.
How many belt buckles do you need, really? I mean.
So let's check out our sculpts from last week. The carving subject was Disturbed Witch. And Paul, this is outstanding.
Thanks. The toughest part of that whole entire thing was getting through the skin. It was like concrete.
Oh, really?
I had to keep muting myself last week because if you run back the beautiful bean footage from last week, half of the episode I'm staring mad at this thing just like scraping away. It took me forever. And then, after an hour of scraping away, I could finally get down to the stuff where you could carve.
Yeah.
Then it's butter. After that.
Yeah. After the concrete, there's butter underneath. Yeah.
I love it.
That's the trade-off. But yeah, it's okay.
I love everything about it. It's awesome, Paul.
Thanks, pal.
Super cool. Super cool. And here is Matt.
I went cartooning, right? Paul was realistic. I went silly cartoon, But witches are so hard in a round form because witches are so angular and have like that big old nose and chin and all that stuff. So it was a challenge. But anyway,
I love it. I love the big round eyes too. It's definitely the cartoon, the fantasy style.
Yeah. She's disturbed, like I am.
It really is.
Yeah, and I feel like I love like the lip. You know how it's all like kind of, you can tell it's just dry and just chapped, and definitely the eyebrows are definitely that. I feel like your skill level with the emotion of the eyes and the brows and stuff like that is really, really, you've gotten really good at that. So great depth in this.
Gracias, senor.
Super cool. Well, I work in pixels and vectors, so I am back, everyone. after a goose egg last week.
Damn it.
So yes, so this is a disturbed sandwich. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow.
Is that the band Disturbed on?
Yes, it is. It is etched into the
grilled on. Try to keep it down with the sick. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Try to keep it down with the sickness. Thank you very much. So to all you millennials out there, this was popular when you were born.
Yeah.
Now, I was just thinking it in such a good
all right. So I'm glad to be back. But this was a fun one.
We're not letting you off the hook on the other one. Eventually you got to get back around.
Oh, okay. I'll keep it in the back of my mind.
And you know what else we need to do is we need to get these posted up on the Instagram.
I know. I'm even worse at that. So
you send them to me, bud, and I will put them up for you because these need to be.
They need to be seen by the masses.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with that. So Shane, I'd like to introduce you to the fourth member of Carvers and Creators, responsible for choosing our carving subject tonight. It is the hollow wheel. It is the center spinner. And as always, Paul will explain more right now.
All right.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy almost October. We're getting there. Carving season is upon us. Don't forget to get your hashtags in when you do your carvings if you want to get in on the GPCC 2022. All right. And just reiterate. Okay. So Shane, we got the wheel. What we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel twice. The first time we spin it will be the character that we have to carve. The second spin is the emotion that character has to convey. So for our character choices tonight, we have Frankenstein, wolf, ghoul, aquatic, insect, guest choice, troll, zombie, clown, or vampire. Second choice will be insane, disturbed, creepy, nervous, crying, disgusted, smug, terrified, embarrassed, or yet again, guest choice. So the old bean working just in case. So here we go. Spin one. Guest choice.
Oh, again.
Hold on to it now. Hold on to it. I want to be surprised. Let's spin the second time. This might influence your choice here, the emotion. Embarrassed. Guest choice.
Embarrassed. Oh my Lord.
Choice.
Give yourself a second there. Really, yeah. Dial it in. Something simple.
What was that?
What was that? I'm sorry. Little interference in the background.
What? Embarrassed. Gosh.
Oh, thank you. Not as easy as you think, is it?
No.
And you can pick from your amazing what's behind you there, like something there, or you can pick from the wheel, whatever you feel.
Listen, it's guest choice for a reason. It's not the mat will guide you to the guest choice. You know what I'm saying? Let the guy have an unbiased opinion.
All right, just the clock's ticking, Paul. I'm getting nervous already.
Yeah, I know. Let's let it tick for a while. I got a
decision. Is Alien too easy? Alien gives you options, gives you some freedom.
An embarrassed alien.
There's options there. There's definitely options for Alien.
I love that. Okay.
All right, so Alien, an embarrassed alien.
I've never even heard of it.
Not that easy.
I'm gonna copy this. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna put it up there, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna be committed. Embarrassed alien. I'm already having ideas about what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna write it down. Because I will halfway through forget.
Yes, embarrassed alien. So it is committed to the chat. If you are carving or creating with us, we're going to give you 5 minutes while we go around the horn and see what everybody's carving oil is for tonight. Shane, did you get a beer tonight, or did you?
I did. Yeah, I usually go margaritas, but today I'm going to represent Torrance, California, and I got Happy Pills from Hop Saint.
Oh, right on.
Wow, that's a cool looking can.
There it is.
Yeah, that's usually how I pick my beers. The cool.
Yeah, I know. Same here. I'm a glutton
really
for that.
Look at anything else. So yeah, there you go.
Very cool.
California.
Love it.
I love it.
Wow. All right.
Nice. Paul, what do you got?
Okay. All right. Let's do this. So I too picked this beer based on the cool ass can.
Oh, look at that.
Nice. Oh my God, that's super cool.
Right?
That's right. You were saying you can't read any of it.
Yeah, it's like graffiti. I think it's Sternen Back the Seas, and it's from, I think there's so much writing on this. Atlantis Will Prevail. It's 8%. It's a New England double IPA, Nordic inspired, hopped with Mosaic Citra, Norwegian and New England yeast. I don't know why you need that, but it's by Fab Fermentation Arts in Boston, Massachusetts. So,
my God, super cool.
And Oslo Brewing. There's so many brews. There's like 20 hands involved in this beer. It's crazy. Atlantis.
I'm in. Paul, I may not come back if I come out there with all that crap beer out there.
Well, you might be in rehab for a while, I would think.
Bring another suitcase.
I might have to exchange my liver. Matt, what do you got?
I decided since we got to meet Shane at Monster Palooza, one of our favorite beers that we kind of again.
Yes.
You're just going to the well at this point. You're opening up the fridge door. You're mailing it in, man.
I had a backstory. I had a really good backstory. Did you hear it? I can say it.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
It's 805 because I think we literally had 805 of them.
Yeah, that's why I like it so much. That was one thing that we realized that this is, I mean, every bit as good or better than like any macro brew there is, and it's anyway. You can get it anywhere around here, so I'm happy about it.
Yeah. It was my favorite one when we were out there and we were camping in Sedona, and the guy offered me one, and I've been hooked ever since. But I can't get anybody to carry him on the East Coast, so.
Oh, that's too bad.
Make some calls.
Gonna happen.
So I could not find a Torrance, California beer, but I actually have one that's about 15 miles outside. It is from Long Beach Beer Lab. This is the stimulus package, West Coast IPA.
Oh, look,
so it actually has cool artwork on it as well.
Nice.
So I'm such a slacker today. Jesus.
Yeah.
Is the bear because it's from California?
What's that?
Is the bear on the label because it's from California?
I would suppose so.
All right.
Yeah,
that's a cool label.
It is.
So there you go. So
cheers, guys.
Cheers to all of our creations tonight. We have embarrassed alien if you're creating with us. So let me do this.
Embarrassed alien.
So Shane, are you gonna do anything?
I'm gonna give it a shot. I got
Nice.
I got my life cast here, and
Oh my
I got
gosh. Okay.
a bag of wet clay, and we'll see what happens. And
Oh wow.
see how
Okay.
distracted I get. But
Oh, cool.
maybe I'll get a mask out of something. Maybe it'll just be a blob of clay at the end. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. That's the beauty of the show. If you never finish it, we'll cry. But
There you go.
So then again, if we see it at Monster Palooza and it's up, it's in a prime spot.
We'll
we'll
know it made it through.
The inspiration was there. So.
Yeah.
Does it need to be the classic alien like Paul behind you, or does it have to be?
No.
Can be anything. Extraterrestrial.
It's very wide open, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassed. I don't know what to do about embarrassed. You guys have done embarrassed before, huh?
We get embarrassed on a weekly basis.
Yeah. We're embarrassed right now. I mean, that helps.
Embarrassed is a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to ask you about your work, Shane, and you've worked with some of the, like studios, but also other things. You're an amazing illustrator, but I want to start with what your inspirations are, but also like how you got started. Did you go to school? Are you a self-taught artist? Like how did you come to be an artist?
Art is kind of all I've ever done. My dad was a photographer, and he had his home, his studio at our house, and he would do portraits, family portraits, and advertising, and he would do weddings and his own fine art photography, and because of him, he kind of got me into it, and my mom would help him with his shows, and so my family is just incredibly supportive as far as my art goes. My mom was there at Monster Palooza, helping out the whole time.
Oh wow, that's cool. I grew up drawing and painting, and in high school I would do drawings, paintings, lots of sports stuff. I grew up playing baseball and loving baseball, and I ended up going to school to play baseball, but I studied fine art there, drawing and painting, and I went all through college, doing my own artwork, and then ended up here in LA, and again, I still do sports paintings, but I've always really loved creatures and that sort of stuff. And so I've kind of done more sculpture stuff lately, and yeah, something like what you see here. Wow.
So it's when I saw this in LA, I was blown away because the few ideas that I do have was something similar to this, and I'm so glad that you did it because I wouldn't have done it even nearly as good as you did. But just the idea of like the TV, like, here, watch me, child, like the robot, here, watch me. In Total Recall, like great call on the programming.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, we were playing Total Recall and the Fly on repeat at Monster Palooza. But this guy was a lot of my kind of personal stuff is kind of about technology and art and how it kind of goes together and doesn't go together sometimes, and how there might be good or bad parts to that. And this guy kind of is it started off pretty pessimistic and a kind of a darker tone, and you can still read it like that, where technology really has you in the palm of its hands, and especially kids, especially today. Kids grew up in front of TV screens and iPads and their phones and all that. And so that's kind of where it started. And then it turned into, I think when it's finished, something a little more positive, or at least, you could read it different ways. And I'm glad you can do it that way. It's if you play a cool movie like that on, like Total Recall, this whole thing kind of reminds me of when I was a kid. I'm looking at, staring at the TV, and that's like one of the coolest things. I got so many good responses that people would picture themselves as that little boy staring at the TV, and I kind of chose a little more friendly color and a little more friendly pose and old school TV to make it a little more friendly. And yeah, I was super happy with how it turned out. I can, first time I put it together, I'd watch a movie through it, and it's kind of like I was watching it through my younger self's eyes. It's such a weird kind of feeling doing that.
But the thing I love about it too is how intricate the robot is. I mean, it's polished and beautiful, and articulated. And like the on your Instagram, you show like the process of the hands and the body and everything. So did you? I'm boggled as to how you created all these different pieces and stuff. Did you create them in clay and then cast it, or how did that body come about?
It's all 3D printed, all designed on the computer, and it's a lot of pieces. It has a whole understructure that's kind of the metallic understructure, and I kind of wanted it to look cool and have some nice lines going through it, be old school, and all these separate pieces. You can see where all the screws are. They get screwed on to the understructure, and all separately painted. It's all kind of engineered to go together. And then the head, the front of the bezel of the head pops off, so you could put I put a fire tablet in there, and so you can play any sort of movie you want in it, and that really changes the whole feeling of it. You can put a blank screen on there, and with the boy is kind of my intention to have him just kind of zoning out, to do. But if you zone out with a cool movie when you're a kid, then that's kind of a great thing and a great memory. But if you're zoning out to a blank screen, it can really give a whole different
really eerie. Oh my God.
Piece.
Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is available. This isn't just one of a kind. I'm assuming if you have all the files and you've kind of engineered it to be usable with tablets and everything. This is something that should be. If it's not, I mean, it's amazing.
I could, and I sold this one. It went to a very happy, good place, and I was sad to see it go. But it's a ton of work to put together.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
And make. I'd like to make another one, but the work involved in it, it might take me a little while. Yeah, I made this a couple months ago, so I probably need a break from it to regroup and try again.
Yeah.
But
what if you sold it as some assembly required?
Yeah, you could do that. You know what
I mean?
Yeah, and it's it's got some size. It's like that big or so. But yeah, it was a fun piece, and I wouldn't mind doing another one at some point. I'm kind of working on another one that's similar right now. I enjoyed making this one so much that I have another one that's similar, but that one may actually be even pushed to the darker zone.
Oh, and then okay,
Nice.
So we'll see. Maybe at the next Monster Palooza.
Ooh, hopefully we'll be there. We'll be able to see the unveiling.
So I noticed I pulled a lot of your things from Instagram, and one thing I noticed was I'm like, oh wow, there's a whole bunch of like helmets in here. So your work, and so I want to hear about all of these, but I'm just going to flip through them really quickly, but I'll come back to them. So you have a lot of different helmets, and there's Easter eggs in this, which we will talk about as well. But your super helmet work here, and other ones too. So like, let me go back to the beginning here.
Helmets. Helmets are my jam. They're definitely my favorite thing to do. And if I can work on a helmet, then I couldn't be happier. And I've gotten to work on a few, and I've kind of done my own personal helmets too, when I can. We get pretty into Halloween here, as you guys do. But I do costumes for the kids and myself too. And if I can do a helmet, then I'm happy. But I kind of when I was younger really wanted to do special effects makeup, and I kind of did that, and I do that sometimes now more as personal projects. But the helmet's kind of the frame around the face that usually gets the most action, which I think is the coolest. So
you talked about 3D printing. So Paul and I always talk about someday we'll do it. But one of the things you're clearly bleeding edge on this stuff. Is this where a lot of these are created when it comes to 3D printed pieces? And then dovetail question: which one do you use? Is there a specific one that's the best?
Yeah, almost. So a lot of my personal artwork is kind of my experience and/or struggle with digital, and moving from traditional to digital. I was always very well up into kind of after college. I was always very traditional, all drawings and paintings, not getting into the computer.
But you pick this up, and all of a sudden you have like this kind of natural ability within in 3D. So I mean, I guess did you find it easy to transition into 3D like this and then digital print? Oh, he's frozen. I thought he was just thinking.
Frozen. Nice frozen. Freeze frame.
Frozen caveman lawyer, right there.
I just thought he was so focused that he was pausing on the talking. Well, we'll get Shane back in a second.
Yeah. But
Maddie, what the hell? It looks like you got a rocket ship. It looks like you're carving into a rocket ship.
It's a football.
It looks like a football.
I picked up a bunch of pumpkins at Apple Annie's. Not that they've endorsed me or given me a huge break or anything, which they need to next time. Apple Annie's, come on. I'm happy to talk about your products. I love them. They're all wonderful pumpkins. But yeah, there was one red Hubbard that I found that was of any size, and that's this one. They're kind of long, oblong ones, but I found some really good Hubbards, green Hubbards, which are equally good.
Green?
Well, they're called blues, but I mean they're kind of that bluish green color, I guess is the.
Well, they're called blues though. Let's not confuse everybody, because you just had my heart racing thinking that they were green Hubbards.
I'm back.
The newest one. Shane's back.
Hey, he made it back.
Hey.
We had a malfunction.
Yeah.
You know what's cool though? You looked like the kid in front of the TV for a second.
So,
Staring off.
Just having a good time with the wet clay.
Man,
Yeah, you
where
were
was I?
talking about the
3D printer?
laments of digital.
yeah, exactly. We were talking about you go into digital, and then it froze you. I think it wanted you to be traditional.
I know,
Digital gods
right?
struck you down.
But you found you
technology.
found
I
it
can't
easier.
Technology. Like I'm totally. That's all I do all day is all stuff on the computer. A lot of 3D printing. Almost all the helmets I do are 3D printing, and but I've never been like super into technology because it always does this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
Let you down. It keeps letting you down.
keeps letting you down. There's so many good things about it, but some things that are just completely frustrating.
Yeah.
And but anyways, I have I have 3 printers here at my house. I have the Anycubic Mono X, which is a pretty standard printer. It's a resin printer, and I also have a Raise 3D, which is a FDM printer. So that's the one with the spool that goes around.
Filament. Yeah. Okay.
Filament.
Okay. Do you have a preference? I mean, do you like the resin more? I mean, can you get cleaner lines? I hear from the resin.
Yeah, you definitely can. I use both of them. The resin definitely gives you better resolution, and is easier in a lot of respects. But the FDM is less expensive, so I can do bigger things like a lot of these bigger guys are FDM printed to where the material doesn't cost very much at all. And depending on the size of it, you don't really need too much resolution.
Wow.
So
they're both good. You just kind of have to pick the battle.
Right. So a lot of these pieces, like hanging on the wall, a lot of the Frankenstein and Paul the alien and the cool monkey, are those 3D printed?
3D printed. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going out and buying a 3D printer.
Me too. Damn it, Paul.
That way we can print 3D printed pumpkins, Matt, instead of trying to make those damn molds that everybody told us we could make.
I know.
$600 in material later. Wow.
So even the brain ice cream. I mean, was that initially, like, I'm just looking over your shoulder. Was that originally a digital file and then printed and painted and wow.
Yep,
okay.
Yep. So it's printed in different, maybe 5 or 6 sections, and
wow. Okay.
I mean, this is awesome.
Assembled, the brain part itself is kind of in a translucent material, so I can paint it to give it a little bit of translucent there, and then all assembled and painted because I have my smaller brain cones, the kind of ones that are life size.
Yeah.
And so those are all printed too. I mold and cast those so that obviously I don't got to print everyone, and I can cast them in translucent material.
So this is such perfect timing because now I just solved what I want for Christmas.
Yes.
Which is dynamite printer, and she's not gonna be happy.
This guy too. Printed. I molded and cast all these guys, and kind of put that. I was going to bring it to Monster Palooza, but didn't quite make it. I might make some more of those guys.
Wow, I love it.
So cool.
I mean, I guess what I'm realizing. I mean, everyone that says just jump into it and figure it out, they're all right. I mean, I guess we just got to actually do it. It
took me it took me a while, and to actually enjoy it, many just trying to figure it out. And I think I learned ZBrush before I learned Photoshop or any of that sort of stuff. I didn't do any digital before. I didn't do any digital in college. And Rick Baker was actually the one who recommended me to try ZBrush. He was like, "Hey, you know this new program called ZBrush?" And I was like, "Oh, cool." I didn't know anything about it at all, but if Rick Baker says so, then you got to try it.
Yeah. Can you have him call Matt and Paul real quick?
Yeah. That's a step.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, there's good and bad things, and sometimes it definitely takes longer and is definitely more frustrating. And like you guys can get to your pumpkin so damn fast. Like by the time you turn on a computer and start messing with it, you guys are already done. But you know, you can do parts that fit together nice, like the robot TV guy.
Yeah.
And lots of other things, and especially if it's if you're kind of doing you know, a commercial job or something like that, then it's almost mandatory now.
Yeah, of course.
You know, fine art, of course, you can do whatever you want in any sort of way you want it, but it allows you to make changes and render out an image and send it to the client and get approvals and changes that you really can't do traditionally.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you can. There's incredible, just like you guys, just incredible traditional sculptors. But yeah.
Well, we've been lucky.
It's fun when you get into it.
Yeah, we've just been lucky to be able to talk to some of the traditional guys, and they talked about the process of going and you know, having a client, and they would want to see it, so they take Polaroids, put them in the mailbox, you know, get them there. Then when they arrive, they would look at them. Meanwhile, they're, you know, days are going by, and it's just, you know, you think about that kind of, you know, the traditional sculpt versus you can do it real time pretty much. You can have them looking over your shoulder and seeing your entire ZBrush in 3D and saying, oh, tweak this, tweak that. I mean, it's just wonderful how it has advanced, you know. I mean,
it is, yeah. I mean, that's exactly right. And yeah, it's you know, a lot of, I think you see like this, where is it? This guy, God, this is kind of the digital man back there. That was,
oh yes, with the he's
that was
blowing
kind
up.
of my take. That was one of I did that as a traditional colored pencil drawing a long time ago as I was learning ZBrush, you know, and just because it represented what I was feeling at the time, I was like, my head's just going to explode with these pixels. And at that time too, it was much more difficult to do a sculpture in ZBrush. You had to really be technical about it, and it took really all the fun out of it. And then, yeah, eventually I made it a 3D model and made this guy. But it's what I'm saying is I completely understand you. Like,
it's daunting. It's just daunting, but yeah, but it is the future. So
it is much better now than it was. So you guys would at least have an easier time of it.
A fighting chance.
A fighting chance. So you're saying there's a chance, Paul. So you talk about commercial work. Okay, this is insane, by the way.
Yeah, was this made about the same time you made that other one?
It was. This was more recent, but it's definitely
inspired.
The same idea. Yeah. You know, again, how technology. You know, it's just ripping you apart. You know.
Yeah.
And again,
that's a sculpture.
That's a digital illustration.
Okay, thank Christ, because I'm like, that's a 3D. Oh, like I quit. I can't do it anymore. Can't hang.
No, that's just a 2D.
Oh, I have other things of his portfolio that'll make you want to quit.
Yeah, it's mind blowing, man.
So
I love him.
incredible.
He's just a talented artist.
Yeah, and just the ideas have to flow, but then when they flow, they have to create like your robot or these guys, and they're just epic. So when you talk about clients and stuff like that, and you've been able to work with some of the biggest, names, from a franchise perspective in Hollywood, including like, I think I remember you did Spider-Man Homecoming. You were involved in that. And you did some of the Marvel and Avengers stuff, and then I saw Polka Dot Man from what's that, Suicide Squad. So tell us about, like, how did you crack into that, or was it just kind of a natural progression? I'd love to hear like how you had your first gig with a big studio like that.
Yeah, well, I've been working at the same place here in Torrance for 15 years, and
Wow.
yeah, it's called SCPS Unlimited, and we do some all kinds of just incredible stuff. Not just movie stuff, but commercial stuff and prototype product prototypes and displays and a lot of technology driven stuff. And let's see, I moved to LA after college, and I didn't have a job or anything at all, like not even close. I was doing my own drawings and paintings and illustration work, and so I might get a portrait painting to do.
Okay.
And that's me. And I would like do and try to get the next one. But I ended up doing an illustration project for one of my friends, and there's another photographer that was involved, and he just put me in touch with a few different people. Just a super nice guy, and I said, call this person, and I met the owner of the company I now work for, and I've been there ever since, basically. And
wow, okay,
we've kind of grown together through that. But starting off, yeah, doing smaller stuff and just trying to give people the trust that we can accomplish bigger and
whatever
better.
they want. Yeah,
I'd always really pushed for the costume stuff. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much how I got there.
To be at any job 15 years successfully is a testament to itself. So, I mean, do you find it's hard to do your own projects? Do you feel like, I mean, because you do seem to have a pretty decent sized body of work of your own originals.
Yeah.
You must just sculpt day and night. Like, when do you sleep? I guess that's my question. When do you sleep?
That's a great question, Paul, by the way. Yeah. I love
You know what
that.
I mean? Like, how do you work it in?
Yeah, it's tough sometimes, but it's fun. It's fun. I guess that's
it really
simple answer. And it's I mean, I work on my projects maybe an hour or two a night, maybe a little more if I'm lucky. And but it's also good therapy. I love my job. I love my job. Love doing it. Do incredible stuff, but it wears you out eventually. Sometimes, and to have another creative outlet and to come home and do my stuff, is super rewarding, and it kind of chills me out if I'm stressed about another project or anything.
I bet,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, my wife says this is my art therapy because I have zero patience at all in life, but I can sit and do this kind of stuff, day in and day out, especially this time of year. I see the dynamite stuff you do with the costumes for kids and for your kids, and it's such a cool thing. I'm so jealous. I have a scanner now, so I just have to convince my kids that I can scan their head without them having problems later on in life. But the Mumra in the Lion-O, oh my God! It's first of all, the mask on the kid is downright.
Oh, here we go. Look at that.
Disturbingly real.
Yes, it is.
Unbelievable, dude. Like, I thought I made cool costumes for my kids, and then again, you made me want to quit. Like, I can't compete with this. My kids aren't even allowed on the internet anymore, just because if they know your name and they type it in, I'm screwed.
They're gonna see it.
Like, how can Shane do that for
that was
for his
last
kids?
year. Yeah, that was last year, and I've been my son now is 6, my daughter's 1.5, and I've been getting my son into all the stuff I loved as a kid.
Yeah,
and
got to.
we ended
You
up
have
with,
to.
We ended up with Thundercats. And
So is he going as Panthro this year? Like, what's going on here?
we're currently in progress. It'll be a surprise. His was going to be a little more simple this year. Mine might be a little more complex. Like
yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, kids
So,
at home, you make sure you stay tuned. Check up at the end of this month.
Hey, just remember, there is no I in team, but there is a me.
Yeah.
All right, so put yourself first every now and again.
Yeah. Won't they say that on the airplane? Make sure you put your own thing first, and then you save your kids.
Right, and it's that they got that from Halloween costumes. Actually, that's why I was making Halloween costumes.
That's where it comes
Once
from.
mine's done, I'll get to yours.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I'm jealous.
Yeah,
Matt and I already had our costumes predestined when we left Monster Palooza and visited Immortal Mask.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. They made a financial investment in their costumes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mick. Yeah.
And then the first time I ever actually put it on, I said, wow, this is really difficult to get off. Now I've become a pro at it. Now that I know where the hands got to go and all that stuff. But
yeah,
this was my favorite time of year when the kids were little, was to make. And it was funny. You'd be like, what do you want to be this year for Halloween? And whatever they said, I didn't listen.
Because you already had
like, no. This is really what you want to be.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if you were this? Like, Dad will bust out the phone right now. And we'll start building costumes.
I want to be Thomas the Tank. No, you're a werewolf.
Am I a fun werewolf? No, you're a gory, disgusting werewolf.
You just ripped off Mom's head. Yeah.
And your brother is your victim, so he's going to be headless for the 18 minutes that they want to trick or treat. Once they get enough candy that they're like, I can sit and eat all this. I'm good.
Rip it all off. Yeah, I'm done.
Yes, Joey says that's manipulations. There you go. That's perfect.
Manipulation. Oh well, you got to coin that, Joey. Put that in. Get that trademark, because that's going to make some money.
That's a good one.
Or something, maybe.
It's like being voluntold to do it.
Right. So real quick on Monster Palooza. So we're geeking out at your booth and spending all kinds of time just staring at stuff. But you've been a number of times, right? And you've had is this something part of, like, this is where you can show all your own pieces, and is that your main show for your own art?
I have been doing Monster Palooza and Designer Con. Have you guys heard of Designer Con?
Designer Con. Yeah. I heard that's great.
It is great. It's it probably has some crossover. So I mean, my stuff, I think, kind of works on both places, but they're both really great shows. And yeah, I've been going to Monster Palooza for a while, maybe I don't know, 5 or 6 years. I'm not real sure. And I've shown there a couple times now, and it's a lot of work. I mean, getting all the stuff together and hauling it down there, and my family
setting it up. Yeah, setting
it up. My family helps me out. I'm like dead tired and dead to the world after, but it's just so rewarding for me to talk to people and to and it gives me, you asked how do I do my own personal projects. If I have Monster Palooza or Designer Con coming up, it kind of gives me the push to make something. I don't want to show up there totally empty-handed or with the same thing I did last year.
Right.
I just love meeting the artists and talking with everybody else, and it's really fun. I do the sports art stuff too, and I used to do more gallery type things, and I wouldn't mind doing that more, but I have mostly been doing those 2 shows. Yeah, I'm not going to do designer this year.
No. Before, I love that you're getting into the sports art. But Mickey, do you understand who his college roommate was?
I'm not sure that I'd know.
Tell him who your college roommate was.
Dallas Braden.
No kidding.
Yeah, he played
roommate.
A summer together. Yeah, and I see. Yeah.
Wow. So Dallas Braden. One of the great Dallas Braden moves was Alex Rodriguez ran. He grounded out and then ran across the mound, and Dallas Braden yelled at him like, "Get off my God!" Whatever. He let him have it, because in baseball tradition, you're not supposed to, when you run back to the dugout, you're not supposed to go over the mound. And Dallas Braden let him have it. That was one of my favorite Dallas Braden moments. But if I'm not mistaken, he pitched a perfect game.
He did.
Or listen, yeah,
perfect game. Yeah,
perfect game.
Wow.
On Mother's Day.
And that's Dallas. He's a nut. But
so he's pitched one of the rarest feats in baseball. He's done it. Pitched
right.
a perfect game.
Yeah, we played together in a summer in New York, and we had a ton of fun. It was so much fun, and he's like what you see is what you get. I think he's not bullshitting. If you ever have listened to him or see him.
And now he's a broadcaster, so it's like a perfect outlet for his
great.
kind of he's very brash and now did you? He's actually when I went to the Stockton ports, they have him like immortalized and kind of, because he played there for I think a very short time, but
really?
Where were you roommates at, in California or somewhere else?
In New York for a summer. We were both in college, and he was in junior college at the time, and
okay.
Yeah, we would play every day in the summer in kind of upstate New York, super small town, and we would just try to entertain ourselves and play baseball.
Oh, no.
It was the best.
Now this is transitioning to the Baseball Brew Crew podcast. What league were you in when you guys were playing up there?
Oh my gosh, it's so long ago. I don't even remember.
It wasn't the Cape Cod League or
No, it wasn't the Cape Cod League. We were in a small town called Cornell. Cornell.
They have
Cornell with an H.
Great ham.
Yeah, not even that. It was a super small town, and I forget the name of the league.
Okay.
It was it was fun.
Mickey will have
it
in
wasn't
10
the Cape, not when I went.
Before we lose all of our followers, thank you for that. I can talk the rest of the hour on this. That's awesome. Dallas Braden, very cool, very cool. But getting back to your very realistic
crazy
illustrations here. What do you do this in?
Those are acrylic and colored pencil. So they're
wow.
Mate, these aren't digital?
No, yeah, those are the real thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so those are acrylic and colored pencil, and I still do these. Sometimes I've worked for a company that would make prints of all these, and we would and sell them at the stadiums, get them signed by the athletes at times, and I've gone a couple of times to do like a live painting at a stadium or so, and it's fun.
Wow.
But that's kind of what I had done all the way, up until after college. I didn't really start doing too much 3D stuff until after college. Yeah.
Jesus, have you ever tried juggling? I'll bet you'd be really good at that too.
I can juggle a little.
Actually,
there it is.
let's pick something he could be bad at.
Have you ever tried nuclear physics? Like, I'm pretty sure you'd be good at everything you try. Andy was playing baseball in a league with Dallas Braves.
I know, so
he was
crazy.
a pretty damn good baseball player. Wow.
Yeah, he's great.
What position did you play? Not to drag it back to baseball.
I played outfield. Yeah.
Outfield. Okay.
Yeah, outfield.
So now you could finish one of those illustrations in like the span of a game.
Oh no, definitely not.
Yeah, I'm like, I give up.
I
He's done by the 7th inning. I'd be done.
Yeah, I would bring it like 3/4 done, maybe, or start something and have other stuff on display or selling, that sort of thing. So yeah, definitely not. Those take me a while for sure. Like,
I'd imagine.
Weeks, yeah.
Speaking of doing likenesses, I don't know if Mickey, if you've got this one, but Shane did a amazing subtractive sculpt of Kevin Bacon out of wood. I don't know if you happen to have that one, but tell me the story behind that one, Shane, because if you guys haven't seen it, look at that. Thank you, Mickey. How the hell it's beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful. That's totally him.
Please tell me it's maple.
Well, I'll tell you that it is subtractive, but it's also CNC'd.
Oh, wow. Okay. Got
chisel. Yeah, I don't know how you guys do the subtractive stuff. I've done it like a little. If I'm like, I can make maybe a banana or something. But,
well, you said there's a CNC machine, right? Yep. You're on the CNC carving machine right now, right?
Yeah,
Carvers
exactly.
There's a music factory and there's a carving machine.
Everybody carve now.
But yeah, that one was just done for a commercial.
Wow. Okay.
No big whoop, just the Kevin Bacon
commercial. Yeah.
No big deal.
I love it. I when I saw that, I was like, no matter how it was made, it is epic. And I imagine there's some bacon references in that commercial, I'm assuming.
Maybe gosh, I don't know if there even was there. I bet he's probably had enough of those.
For sure. Yeah, my God.
I don't think there was in that particular commercial.
That's great. I love that one.
So good. So I actually wanted to, I'm gonna go back to this, but your illustration work actually kind of, you can see where your work with conceptualizing different things comes into play as well.
Yeah.
So this is beautiful.
So yeah, sometimes I get to design stuff and concept it, and sometimes it comes to me already designed, and sometimes it just kind of depends. But yeah, this was a spacesuit or a underwater suit that I did real briefly for a movie. Yeah.
Wow.
But
when you talk about doing helmets and this kind of thing, there's a whole lot of research that probably has to go into this, because the connectors, the valves, the hardware, the fittings, all that stuff like that, you have to think through, because it has to be believable to the eye. You have to be able to look at it and go, all right, well, this is where his elbow would be. This is where, this is how they can maneuver or can't,
Yeah, that's 100% right. And there's so many things that you wouldn't even think about if you're making a helmet for a show.
Sure.
All kinds of things like actor comfort, and it's got to come off and on. It's got to do this and that, and it's got to so many things. It's kind of mind-boggling sometimes, all the hidden things that go into a suit or a helmet that you wouldn't even think of.
Yeah, because it's not symmetrical either. Because like if you look at the left shoulder to the right shoulder, it's different. Even the helmet there's a light on the one side, so it's like it's having that variance of things that might be on the left side, might be on the right side. Even the left and right wrist, the wrist guards are different. So things that you would have. So knowing that he's potentially left-handed, so you have he would use that. So like all that types, it's just the little logistics of everything.
Mick, that was deep. You knew
You
that
know,
he was
sometimes
left-handed. Pretty deep.
It's definitely more thought than goes into carving these sons of bitches right now. I'll tell you right now.
Speak for yourself, my friend. My pumpkin is also left-handed.
Oh,
If he had hands.
mine's not symmetrical, that's for sure.
Maybe I'm reading too deep into it.
No way, man. You put me down the rabbit hole. I was getting into it.
Yeah.
But that's what I see. That's what I see for sure.
So
And even
Paul,
the colorations.
I was just gonna say, Paul, you mentioned he's a jack of all trades and good at everything. I think you've tattooed before, right, Shane? Or at least,
Oh my gosh,
or at least designed tattoos. How's that?
I've designed tattoos, yeah, but
Okay.
I've never tattooed. I'm too. I don't have a tattoo. I'm too. I don't know. I can't hang with the tattoos. I definitely had people, suggest that to me, but I've never done the actual tattooing myself. No.
Yeah. Imagine.
Yeah,
Because
people used to offer to buy me the gun and everything. You can practice on my leg and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't, just the thought of people bleeding on purpose all over me. It's just gross. I mean, God bless you if you do it. I mean, you guys are really super talented and, I appreciate it, but I just don't like blood that much.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. Yeah.
I mean, but I like when someone gets a good tattoo, I'm all about it. But do you have any tattoos?
No.
Nice. Attaboy. Me neither. Mick, you have a tattoo, right?
Yeah, I do not. And Matt's the only one with tattoos here. My thought on tattoos is the great Bobby Heenan, who said, I wouldn't put something on my body permanently that I wouldn't put on my wall temporarily.
Yeah, that's great.
Well,
exactly how I feel, yeah.
Back in the day, pre-COVID 20 pounds, I used to say, you don't put bumper stickers on Ferraris.
Oh, and then you flex.
Now I'm like, I need to get my car into the shop and probably get like a handicap placard or something. Maybe I can get that tattooed on my chest. Like a handicap
there you go.
Yeah, exactly, the handicap spot. Yeah.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
But Matt, you have quite a few tattoos, right?
No, Mickey. I wish I did.
Yeah. Tramp
Matt's
stamp.
got a nice tramp stamp. I saw that when we were out. Yeah, beautiful.
The barbed wire.
I don't have a tramp stamp. It says no parking. That's what it says. Something like that. I don't know.
I thought he just really liked Target. Because he has the Target symbol on his logo.
Not that big a fan. You got to really like Target for that. Yeah.
You really gotta like Target. Oh shit! It was a family-friendly show till then.
It used to be. Yeah, in the last 30 minutes, it gets blue.
Yeah.
But some great work here as well. I mean, it's like everything that I'm going to put up is like
nice,
insane.
Yeah, we did kind of the hard surface parts for Falcon for the last couple shows. So his goggles and his gauntlets, and I've made his goggles a couple times.
How fun! How about what did you work on for? Yeah, what did you work on for Spider-Man: Homecoming? Because that's one of my girls' favorite all-time movies.
Oh, really? We did a Vulture suit.
Oh, nice!
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, another complicated helmet. Has to do certain things. His eyes have to light up. He's got to, there's always stuntmen and especially with the Marvel stuff, everything has to fit and look, just right.
Right. 100%.
And so we did that, and I went to set for a little bit on that, and so that was pretty cool seeing Spider-Man, and then right next to him, something you made, a bad guy. I like the bad guys, so that was super cool. I had so much fun doing that. Yeah.
So now something like that, did you get like a digital scan of the actor and then had to sculpt over it, or how does that work?
Usually how it works. Yep. You usually get a scan, or we will scan the actor, and because people people's heads and faces and bodies are so different, and it's got to be right on. So we get a scan, and again, everything's digital. So we go at it, make images, send it to the client, and they can change it on the fly.
So cool.
It's just
So my girls would be so excited to hear that you have a Tom Holland 3D body something sitting in your files.
I don't think I have. I don't think I have a Tom Holland.
Oh, okay. I guess that'd be Michael Keaton, right? Or
Yeah, Keaton was the sculptor.
yeah, I guess they'd be less excited. Never mind. Let's just,
I'd be excited.
Dude, that's Beetlejuice. Let's not forget, okay?
that's
Mr. Mom.
Just trying to cut a deal here. So many great roles. He was also Batman, for God's sakes.
That's right. He was.
That's a legend.
My
And
favorite.
what was the movie Birdman? Wasn't he that too? Or
Yep.
was that,
Yep.
Yeah, he's got every kind of flying animal kind of nailed.
And in The Other Guys, he was the police chief. Very underrated role in that movie. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
He had some awesome one-liners.
Yeah, very, very underrated. He was in Gung Ho. Gung Ho. Oh, you know, nobody. Oh my gosh.
Was he in Night Shift too? Was that one?
He was in Night Shift. Yes, he was.
Oh yeah, with Henry Winkler.
Showing my age
That's
there a little
right.
bit. Yikes.
Yes. What else? Oh yes. No.
It's basically like pull the Kevin Bacon thing back up because it's basically like talking about Kevin Bacon.
It is very like
everything.
Yeah, we can go through all the Kevin Bacon movies. But I wanted to bring something up. I know I can speak for all of us when we say we're huge Arrested Development fans.
Oh,
yes.
You
did the hand.
You did Buster Bluth's hand, which is absolutely insane to even. I never thought I would ever say that to someone that you did Buster Bluth's hand.
And he did 3 of them, Mickey. He did 4 of them, right? He did the big giant rubber one, or and then the hook.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, workshop did the hook. Yeah, and this one was all kind of radio controlled, mechanical. So everything it has a pile of servos kind of in that forearm piece, and can be controlled offset, and I like robotics and stuff. It's not something I thought I'd really be doing, but it was a blast to figure out, and I think also too, the Halloween costumes I always like doing them because I can try different things. I always try a different technique and see what I can do on that. So I think a little bit previous to this, I messed around with some electronics and mechanics and stuff like that. So it was fun. Yeah.
Wow.
For a guy that fights technology, for a guy that fights all this technology, you're like the Steve Jobs of the special effects industry here. All the technology is amazing.
It
is
crazy. So like, does someone just go like, oh, we need this little mechanical hand for, and they even say what it is, or is like,
it can be all of that. Yeah. It can be that they have something totally, drawn out and locked in, and then it's our job to make it, or it can be absolutely nothing. On this one, there wasn't any sort of drawing. They kind of just referenced a Terminator hand and a little Terminator hand. So I did a couple of different versions of his hand and how it might look. And I even forget what those little dangly bits are coming off his fingers, little connectors of some sort that would flop around, But one of the cool things are that they, I think the writers always put in super clever and things on sprinkled throughout the show. But yeah, it says the writing on the top of his arm was something they really wanted. My arm left, or my left arm, just as a funny little joke.
Right, because it was bit off by a seal, and yeah, so literally his arm left.
Loose seal. Remember his mom was
loose seal, a loose seal.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so good. And it's I guess that's the thing that I'm trying to piece together. Like, it's obviously like a joke that's specific to this very specific thing.
Right.
And then so like the fact that it enhances the joke is even funnier. That makes it so classic as well. So but yeah, amazing.
So I got a question for you. The Overthinker, that is such a great one you've done, and I'm a huge fan of kind of all the brain stuff you do. And Paul and I probably talked 100 times about what piece we wanted to take home from Monsterpalooza, and then promptly ran out of money. So, but all that said, that's that one. I'd love to know your inspiration behind that one, man. Thank you, Mickey. The expert Mickey pulls it up. Look at that. That's just such a great, there are a million things go through my head, but I'd love to know kind of how you thought through that one. Being that it's a thing.
I've been doing a few brain pieces, and I just like the brain as a symbol. That's kind of it's who you are. It's everything you've ever thought and know, and there's so many kind of things you can do with that symbol, and it's just weird too.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one in particular, I think a lot of people can kind of relate to it. It's slowly, and there's so many times when I've gotten so far on a piece and then overthunk it and it turned to crap. And so this guy is kind of right on the edge of the cliff with his hanging on by his toes, and I think he's kind of leaning back, trying not to teeter over that edge, and just kind of wrestling with his thoughts. And I have one on my desk, and I keep it there, and as a reminder. I think it's kind of funny, as sarcasm. You like you don't need to overthink this. Just go with it. You'll be all right. You're not going to fall off the cliff. That's
the thing that you just mentioned about relating to it, that it just reminded me of an art teacher I had way back when I was a kid, and they said there's no good or bad art. You either relate to it or you don't. But whatever drew me to it, like the instantly relatable thing, but the pose the body's in, the cliff edge, and everything about it was completely relatable to me. So I might be in line to grab one at the next Monsterpalooza if you've got them still. But anyway, one of my favorite ones of yours.
Thanks so much. Yeah, mine too. I had a fun doing it. Those are cast in resin, but if enough people take to them, I might make a couple out of bronze or something.
Whoa.
Oh wow!
So we'll see.
It all hinges on you, Matt.
I know. I'll start talking to my people.
Gotta get it started. Yeah.
So before we wrap up, I have a couple other pieces that I wanted to show. These are
that's insane.
Super cool. And
that's another digital rendering. I had planned on making that a statue, kind of similar to what I got at these, but then my speaking of technology, my hard drive crapped out and I lost the
there you go.
file for good. But I got the 2D
technology.
Technology, man. Yeah.
I did that recently. I lost a micro SD card that had some audio on it, but I mean, it's not visual, but it's like I remember the days when I reformatted my computer and lost pictures from Japan that I'd taken in 2005, and so that's why I learned by technology by making mistakes. So So yeah, so you have to. I learned to back up things like 4 or 5 times.
I totally hear you. Yeah, so do I. I somehow missed that one. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
I mean, but this is outstanding.
Hey, it's Paul.
Yeah. Paul the alien. This is kind of what we're doing, except ours is a little bit more. What's the prompt?
He doesn't look embarrassed. He's pretty proud. He is a proud son of a bitch.
Yeah, that guy. He totally ended up Paul. Didn't really start off that way, but yeah, he's totally Paul. Maybe his brother or something. Yeah.
It's just, you know what it is. What makes me think of Paul is it's got so much personality in the face. He looks like a smart ass. You know, he's got the big grin.
Yeah, I mean,
He's like a real Paul.
Smile, you know, there's something about a big smile that's super creepy, I think.
Showing his gums.
Yeah.
People
reminds me of myself.
And this is also one I really like this one
That's
as well.
dynamite.
Very clever.
So good.
Yeah, that's just again a big smile. It's just creepy, you know.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I wanted to.
But done well.
It's super irritating. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies is The Fly, and that's
Same here.
kind of take on him. I've done a couple Fly-ish sort of characters, and you know, this is kind of maybe not a fly, but a dragonfly bee sort of a human character that is just flying bugs are just the worst, I think. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got lucky to hang out with Rob Berman and hear about his experience on that movie with, creating some of those crazy, we'll call them a makeup. Well, I guess they're practical effects, but they're just, in him talking about his interactions with the lead characters and anyway, I'm like the whole time I was supposed to be sculpting. I think I was like, fanboy, big goo eyes, like tell me more.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brendel Fly. I show my kids that I'm like, this is what practical effects can be. Let's watch The Thing. Let's watch American Werewolf. I mean, it's like everything is. I'm such a huge fan of practical effects, and it's a beautiful movie for that.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. I'm trying to get my son to watch it sometime, but that's Samuel L. Jackson for a commercial.
Oh, perfect. Okay. The Fightin' Sams.
But that one's all printed too.
Wow, this is all printed. Amazing.
All printed. Yeah.
Super cool. So people just come to your company and just say like, we just need this Samuel L. Jackson head. Just come up with a concept.
Like, yeah, we can make that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. When they're asking you those questions on a commercial, like something like this, you mentioned sometimes they have like the ideas all fleshed out, and other times they don't, and they want you to kind of take the creative direction. But what would you say for like, percentage wise, are they expecting you to do some of the creative stuff, or is it pretty much already fleshed out on those type of things to an ad agency or something like that?
I would say when it gets to us, it's 50%, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe a little more that they've done it. There's always, I don't know, there's kind of a lot of, different avenues and people that a project can go through and producers. But yeah, like an ad agency, if there's that, then if they've worked with us before, they might have us do the concepting and the idea of it, or they may come again with their own designs of various in various stages. Some of it can be totally fleshed out or just a tiny paper sketch,
Sure.
Yeah, I like it most when we can do all of it, from design to completion.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I bet.
the process easier, so they can deal with one company and one idea through the end, and it's not passing through different people.
Yeah.
But it's fun either way. We get to do a bunch of different stuff, which keeps it interesting.
Yeah, I bet. I love it.
So let's go around the horn and see what everybody's carving. I'm going to start with you, Matt.
Bastard. Okay. All right. So this big, long football boy here, I'm trying to see if I can get some light on him. It's really tall. I'm used to doing butternuts, so sorry. But yeah, so this guy, and he's not going to come in focus, but so I'm truly, my intent right now is to try to get that embarrassed look, like he's done something really stupid. I'm going to work on like the nose and the fleshing out of his little face and stuff like that. But and I might do some kind of antennas or ears or something that kind of give him more of an alien look. But yeah, he's underway.
Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Definitely an alien act. Looking good. Oh.
What?
Oh.
Oh, hey. How's it going? Oh, hey, how are you? How's it going?
Hello.
Roughing out. Trying to keep the brow sort of like he farted in church and somebody noticed. But also, not going too far that I can't change things. I'm trying to find, the pillowy, I guess that's the word, right? You want pillowy rolls. So trying to, push back, bring it around. Like, so this comes pretty far around so far.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten to the meat and potatoes of it. So he'll have the 3 eyes. I got to decide what I'm going to do for skin texture. Whenever I do an alien, I always think of like a certain couple of like Pixar movies for whatever reason. I never want to do the classic alien. I don't know what it is. I think it's the shape. If I had a pumpkin that was shaped like the elongated features and stuff, but these things are beach balls for the most part. So it's like I think of like this fatty, multiple-eyed, goofy frog-like creature. So deal with it, people. That's Paul's aliens. Paul's aliens, frog-like in my fantasies. I mean nightmares.
And I like the stem too. It's kind of like got that antenna out of it.
Yeah, they all break off in the truck. I take one turn in the truck and I'm sitting here with sticks. Back on.
The magic of television, kids.
The magic of television. It looks good in the picture. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
So we'll see how it goes. It's got a nice start to it, though. I kind of like where it's going.
Good stuff. Let's see what Shane is doing.
My guy
Shane's already done. This is his second one.
Roughed out. He
oh, nice.
Oh, God damn it. I love
he's,
it.
Embarrassed. He's embarrassed because he's got balls on his chin.
He's got balls.
Yeah. The good thing of
nice... I love how one hangs lower as well. Like it's so realistic and authentic.
You got to do that. Yeah. Yeah.
What do they say? Art imitates life.
Yeah.
He's pretty.
Yeah, the expression's perfect.
So
you got the hang dog ears. Very embarrassed.
Yeah.
But,
Hang dog. I love that.
Oh, right on. Nicely done, sir. In a short amount of time. When will the mask be available?
Yeah.
Yes.
By Halloween, maybe.
By Halloween, yes, this Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Nice job, man.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for jumping in with us. This is like
thanks for taking the challenge.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah.
It's a privilege.
I love your guys' show. I've been watching it, and the Wheel of Death is a great idea, and really liked listening to all the artists. It's really cool.
Thank you, buddy. Well, guess what? You're part of the club now. You are in the tribe.
That's right.
Whether you like it or not, you're part of the clique. If that's a thing,
right.
If we're a clique.
The CNC clique.
The CNC, yes, he really brought it to the forefront with the CNC machines, and then the CNC dudes that just do it. We just carve it.
The CNC carving factory.
Everybody calm down. I'm not going high.
We're gonna have that in the background from now on.
Well, how quick before if we got sued if our intro music was the
Pat says it must be an older alien. That one with the.
Oh yeah,
his chin would be way longer.
Yes, McBride said one of us. One of us.
Yes, Shane's definitely one of us.
Yes, awesome. Matt has like it's a whole zoo over at Matt's house.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that right now.
One of these times he's going to get up to get something and trip on one of the 13 tortoises he owns.
Yes,
like roller skates.
Tortoises, dogs, cats, hamsters.
What are they called? Javelinas.
Javelinas.
We got them in the back. Yeah, we got.
Yes, it's a veritable forest.
Our wash behind our house right now, probably.
Gila monsters.
Jesus.
Right.
It's too dangerous. I'm not going out. I'm not going out there. There's just nothing but deadly animals out in the West Coast. See you guys later. I'll stay here. Safe.
Yeah, we don't spend much time holding scorpions and stuff like that. We just stomp on them. Yeah, exactly.
So if you want to see more of Shane's work, you can go to his Instagram. Is there anywhere else where we can find your work, or is that the Instagram the best place?
On the website, stoverart.com. Those are the main two places.
Stoverart, right there. Huh.
Awesome.
Perfect. Yes, and mass produce those. The child in front of the television set. I'm telling you, I forget what it was. I saw this in maybe it's just because I knew I was going to end up seeing this in real life. I should play the lottery. Maybe I can maybe that's what it is. I can see another bear in my future.
Wait, that's my future.
Wait, that's everybody's.
Everybody drink now.
No, you know what I love about. So I'm gonna one last thing on this piece too, because it's one of my favorites. But I could see this in the coolest how you walk in and you've got a kick-ass movie playing on, and then everyone just stares at it and sits and watches it through the eyes of the kid. Anyway, there's a million things I love about that, but I could see that on a pedestal at some millionaire's house. Just
What all right, now Shane, just spitballing here. What if we blew up the hands 300 times and the screen was like an actual drive-in movie screen, and then everybody just sat in the hands?
Sat in the hands. I like that.
You could have 100 people sitting in the hands.
That could be possible. Yeah.
As long as they were comfortable.
We got to get a big printer. Okay, we'll get more resin.
Some assembly is definitely required on this one.
Yes.
Yeah. So here we are on all the socials: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. But before we go, Laurette brings up a great point.
Oh, look at that.
Sunday,
Thanks,
Sunday, Paul will be on television, on his own TV.
I will. I plan on sitting on a couple of hands, actually.
Yeah.
If you get them out to me by Sunday, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Yes, Outrageous Pumpkins airs on the Food Network Sunday night at 10 o'clock. Tune in. You don't want to miss it.
Oh,
pretty
so
exciting.
Excited.
You think what we do is cool. Wait till you see what the contestants do this year. It's above and beyond. I should say what the challenges are.
Oh, okay.
Because if we gave each other those challenges on the show, there'd be expletives, and then we'd just turn the camera off. I'm not doing that. That's crazy.
So that's the part of the show that it's always freaked me out, to never want to do it, because it's they make pumpkin stacks that are 10 feet high and they're moving. And there's fire shooting out of them and painted. It's wow. How about a face? Can I do? I can do a face, right?
But it's all about pushing the boundaries. Taking it to the next level, and mission accomplished. I can't give any spoilers, but start tuning in Sunday night, because holy moly, did they put the outrageous in Outrageous Pumpkins this year. It's crazy.
I can't wait.
That's awesome.
It's good. It's good to be on the other side of the table. I might have said that 1,500 times when they asked me, are you itching to get out there? And I'm like, not really. It's really nice over here. I like watching
fun. Yeah,
I mean,
where it's at.
I would do it if I had to for the crazy prize money that gets thrown around. But holy moly, some of the stuff is like, how do you even think of this? How do you even come up with a challenge like that? And then
awesome.
the beauty is I get to judge it.
Yeah, even the best.
I'm like, oh my God, that's unbelievable. You know what I would have done better? Nothing. I would have done nothing better. These guys and gals are unbelievable. So Sunday night, kids, tune in.
Nice. Well, we want to thank Shane for being here tonight. It is a pleasure going through your work, getting to meet you. You are one of us. You are one of us.
It was fun. Appreciate it.
Yes.
I'm getting creeped out by that Mickey's.
Yeah, so we'll have to have him back now that he's one of us.
Well, I mean, shit, he jumped in first time, and look what he created in this short in 90 minutes. He crushed it. I mean, you're pretty much done as far as I'm.
That's a challenge. That's like we have like 3 or 4 check boxes, and that one doesn't get checked every time.
Yes.
That is that's like writing your name on the SATs. You get points for that.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. From Matt, from Paul. Remember, watch Outrageous Pumpkins this Sunday night. Food Network. Watch it all. We will see you next Thursday with another Carvers and Creators. See you, everyone. Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Night, everybody.